There is a type of person who will spend 3 years of weekends, thousands of dollars, and every drop of their energy bringing a dead car back to life. Not because anyone asked them to, not because it makes financial sense, but because something deep inside them cannot let it go. It is 11 o'clock on a Saturday night. The garage is cold. A single bulb hangs from the ceiling, swinging slightly. There is grease on his hands, grease on his jeans, grease on the coffee cup he forgot about 3 hours ago. On the lift in front of him sits a 1968 Chevrolet Camaro. Rust on the fenders, cracked dashboard, an engine that hasn't started in 22 years. Most people would look at this car and see junk. He looks at it and sees everything. Psychologists have a term called object attachment. It means that human beings don't just bond with people. We bond with things, especially things that were present during the most important moments of our lives. A childhood bedroom, a grandfather's watch, a car. When we restore something, we are not just fixing metal and rubber and wiring. We are trying to hold onto a feeling, a time, a person, a version of ourselves we are afraid to lose forever. Researchers at the University of Southampton found that nostalgia is one of the most powerful emotional forces in the human brain. It doesn't just make us feel warm, it makes us feel connected to our past, to the people we loved, to who we used to be. And for people who restore classic cars, that connection runs deeper than most people can understand. There's also something else happening in that cold garage at 11 p.m., something called the mastery drive. This is the deep human need to take something broken and make it whole, to use your own hands, your own knowledge, your own patience, and produce something that works. In a world where most people sit at desks and stare at screens, restoring a car is one of the last places where a person can feel genuinely, physically capable. Every bolt tightened, every panel straightened, every wire reconnected. It sends a signal to the brain. You did that. You fixed that. You are enough. That feeling is more powerful than most people realize. His name doesn't matter, but you probably know someone like him. He grew up in a house where his father didn't say much, but on Sunday mornings they worked on the old Ford pickup in the driveway together. His father would hand him a wrench without explaining anything, and somehow that silence felt like love. The car was the language they shared when words were too difficult. Those Sunday mornings ended when he was 14. His father got sick, the truck got sold, life moved on the way life always does, but the feeling never left. Decades later, when he walks into a garage and smells oil and rust and old rubber, something in his chest loosens. He is 14 again. His father is beside him. Everything is okay. Psychologists call this a sensory memory trigger. A smell, a sound, a texture can unlock a stored emotional memory faster than any photograph. For many classic car restorers, the garage is not a workspace. It is a time machine. She grew up differently. Her grandfather had a 1972 Pontiac GTO in his barn. He always said he was going to restore it one day. He never got the chance. When he passed, she inherited two things, his tools and that car. For the first year, she couldn't touch it. She would just walk into the barn, look at it, and leave. Then one Saturday, she picked up a wire brush and started cleaning. She cried the entire time, not from sadness, from something she couldn't name. 3 years later, that GTO runs. She doesn't drive it often, but when she does, her grandfather is in the passenger seat. This is what people on the outside never understand. They see a car. The restorer sees a relationship. They see rust. The restorer sees something worth saving. Here is the truth that most restorers will never say out loud. The car is not really the point. It never was. The restoration is about control. In life, we lose people we love. We can't stop that. We lose time. We can't get it back. We lose the versions of ourselves we used to be. We can't return to them. But a car can be brought back. A car can be taken apart completely, piece by piece, down to bare metal, and then rebuilt exactly the way it was or better. That is not something you can do with a person. That is not something you can do with time. But in the garage on a Saturday night, with grease on your hands and a bare chassis on the lift, you have power over something. You can make it right. Psychologists who study grief and loss have noticed something interesting. People who experience early loss, a parent, a mentor, a part of their childhood, often become fixers, not just of cars, of relationships, of situations, of broken things in general. Because fixing is the one thing that feels like fighting back against a world that takes things away. The classic car restorer is not stubborn. They are not impractical. They are not living in the past. They are trying to prove to themselves, quietly in a cold garage at midnight, that some things are worth saving, that it is possible to take something broken and make it whole again. And if that is possible with a car, maybe, just maybe, it's possible with everything else too. If you restore cars, or if you love someone who does, understand this. It's never really about the car. It's about a feeling that was lost and a belief that it can be found again. It's about a Sunday morning with a father who didn't say much, but showed up every week with a wrench in his hand. It's about a grandfather's unfinished dream sitting in a barn, waiting for someone who loved him enough to finish it. It's about the deeply human need to create something with your hands in a world that increasingly asks us to only think. The next time someone tells you restoring that old car is a waste of time and money, smile, because they don't know what you know. Some things are worth saving, and so are you.